Okay. Good afternoon, audience. Good afternoon or good day, viewers. Today we are doing herbal antiseptic soap. We are doing herbal antiseptic soap from fermentation process to the production of the soap. We welcome you for today's episode of herbal antiseptic soap. So first and foremost, we are going to discuss what is fermentation before we start this process. People can conclude. These are the herbs for this herbal antiseptic soap. And some of the herbs are, as you can see, we have sage leaf for the fermentation, we have mango leaf, we have bitter leaf. This bitter leaf. This bitter leaf. This is dogoyaro. We have pawpaw leaf, lemongrass leaf, avocado leaf. This one is independent leaf or awolowo leaf, as well as akintula by the Yorubas. We have lime seeds. This is moringa leaf. It's also inclusive. We have almonds, that is fruit or canopy tree leaf. This is monkey sugarcane. This particular one, you can use both the stem and the leaf. We have independent leaf. Independent leaf. We have guava leaf. Avocado pierce leaf. As well as mango leaf. All these and many more are the herbs needed for the fermentation process. First and foremost, for you to ferment, you need your catalyst. The catalyst is a caustic soda. This is just 1 kg of caustic soda. With this, that is our catalyst for this fermentation. The process of fermentation takes 2 hours. That is a total of 3 days. For the sake of a layman or anybody uneducated understanding, We are not going to go into biochemistry or biotech or apply microbiology or biology. We are doing it for the sake of a layman's understanding. Because of that, fermentation is just the art of extracting the liquid content of the herbs to form a herbal solution. And for you to do that, use your caustic soda and your water, maybe 5 liters and 1 kg of caustic soda. Detach the herbs, pour it into already mixing solution of caustic soda. Allow it for some 2 hours. After that, you sieve. Then what you have is your herbal solution. That is it for this. Despite we have many types of fermentation, the batch and continue. But at this point, we will use precisely batch fermentation because we are not going to keep it for long. Later, after the 3 days, we discard our residue, then use our solution for the production of the soup. Now, going over is to start the production of the soup. We are starting with our second bowl. Our second bowl begins with our second bowl starts with our bowl. And on this bowl, we are using 1 unit. 1 unit of soda ash solution that is already checked with hydrometer, and we have a hydrometer gauge of it to be run between 12.00 and 12.25, which will be accurate gauge for our production. And at that level, it will not peel or irritate any skin. At this point, the next thing we are going to use will be STP, the foaming agent for the product. The STP we are using will just be 1/16. The STP we are using here is the foaming agent for this soap. That's what will give it its foaming ability or power. Then as you add it to the solution of soda ash, you stir until it is properly dissolved. The next thing we are going to do is to use our herbal solution. We are using this already fermented herbal solution. At the end of that fermentation, there's something like this here. Something like this. So at this point, we are using 5 units. So we now have our 5 units of herbal solution. The next thing we are going to do is to gauge it with hydrometer. The with the addition of the caustic soda on it. We are coming to that stage. So still on the herbal solution. So what we are adding is already the same catalyst, caustic soda, used in fermenting it. So what we are still adding to it until we get our hydrometer gauge. This is the hydrometer that we use to measure it. Also removing the stone so that you can have an accurate gauge. So what do we have? Is it normal?
No.
So what do we do? What do we do? At this point, we are adding more caustic soda because our gauge, we have not get our actual gauge. Please note, immediately after the gauge, the next thing is, the next pattern of turning should be anti-clockwise. Remove the front part of it. Then gauge again for accurate gauge. At this point, we're getting the gauge of 12.00 to 12.50. So at this point, it's a little bit higher. So we still add a little water to bring it down. So at this point, we now have our 12.25 gauge. So everything about hydrometer gauge is over. So the next thing is for us to start adding our other ingredients. Add those essential oils. Add golden, then add half tablespoon. We're going to use each half tablespoon.
Vitamin.
6 spoons golden, then you add. At this point, every tonic is now anti-clockwise direction. We still have tablespoon. Add another one. Anti-clockwise. Splash. Then at this point, I'm adding chlorozanol 12.5 ml. Add the whole essential oils. Speak louder.
Coconut oil.
Then we will now add
Palm oil.
The same 12.5.
Neem oil. Antiseptic.
Add salicylic half tablespoon. Add goji powder 1 tablespoon. This is not liquid. Adding snow white, half tablespoon. Snow white, half tablespoon. Why how many do you add? Sandalwood, half tablespoon. Sandalwood, half tablespoon. The next one I'm adding is palm wood. Half tablespoon. After adding this, I'm adding sodium silicate. Sodium silicate 1/32. Glycerin, the same 1/32. The next one is the fragrance. We have not added this. Yes, oh. Yes. So the fragrance we're using is 15. So at this point, we take our PKO. The PKO is already melted and the sauce of it. So we're going to warm it a little. Going to warm it a little for proper mixture. At this point, we grease our molds. At this point, we grease our molds for easy removal. This point is little bit warm. Then the next thing we are adding is sodium sulfate. Sodium sulfate is the hardness of the soap. Sodium sulfate. At this point, we turn it very well and to ensure that everything is properly dissolved. And the turning should be anti-clockwise. So at this point, we add our one or two to the main bowl. Then you turn and ensure that the sodium sulfate added is properly dissolved before adding any more. At this point, I'm adding the PK first. Solution. So the next thing is once it's getting thick, I'll pour into the mold. So at this point, continue turning until it's jelly-like before you pour. Since the molds, the damp part is leaking, or you can move from one mold to one to another. So that's why we keep on turning and it's about to gel.
Why in camp then? Did you do it fast like this?
It was very hot in camp. That was why.
It was very hot.
Yes. The product was very hot. The PKO was very hot. Okay, this one is mine.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So I did not tell us you are producing this thing today. Before
So at this point, this is the end product. And any moment from now, the next between 20 to 25 to 30 minutes or 45 minutes, we remove the soap. The alcohol reacting will be removed.
you might not tell us you'll be producing this thing together. Huh?
So at the end, when you remove the soap, this is how it will look like. Then this is the packaged product. So these are the two, the package and the packaged products. So this is how they look like. Thank you viewers for today. We'll meet you again. We love you so much. I am the student in charge. In attendance today, we say goodbye. Thank you.
Sir, how many stop? How will I go?
Are you sure that you want to stop streaming?